Hello, dearly beloved. Welcome back to the Chosen program with JT. And so today we are still on teens and life handles, and I want to talk of, you know what? At the end of the day, everything that we do will be brought into judgment. Like we'll be rewarded for whether it is good or bad. The end product, we'll have to pay for it. If you look at Genesis 8 verses 22, it says that while the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, winter and summer, and day and night shall not cease. What captured my attention is, you know what? We have the planting season and we have the harvest season, and it's not normally at the same time. You don't plant today and expect to harvest tomorrow. You have to give it time. That means that whatever we are doing, all the things we do, whether they are good or whether they are bad, there is a time that will come that we have to harvest them. And the truth of the matter is that at the end of the day, when we are harvesting, are we going to be happy of what will be the outcome? For example, if you have been living a wayward life and the harvest season comes where you have to face the consequences of what that you have been doing. For example, let's say you have been taking drugs. You are still a teenager, you start taking drugs and it becomes now your norm, it becomes a habit, it becomes an addiction. At the end of the day, when you'll be harvesting maybe critical diseases, maybe kidney failure, heart problem and all that, are you ready to pay that price? you know if you have been living a good life whereby you are always keen on what you are doing, how will you feel when you be harvesting the good results? you know the Bible says in the book of Revelation that Jesus is coming soon to repay each and every one of us according to our deeds. It's not what you claim you are by mouth. I was telling some people that in this world that we are today, you'll find that almost 90% of the people will be claiming to be born again. And that is the born again that Jesus was talking about when he said that they draw closer to me with their mouth, but their hearts are very, very far away from me. So I was telling the people that truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, you might find only 1% or 2% of all the 90% are genuinely born again. Because born again is not just, it's not about you talking. We can talk. Talking, we can talk. But what are we really? Who resides in us? Who controls our lives? And I know this life is full of handles, it is full of things, especially for we teenagers that are trying to grow, that are, we are transitioning from childhood to adulthood. A lot of things happen during that season. But believe you me not, you don't need to do very stupid things for you to belong, for you to feel that right now I am how I am supposed to be. No, you don't need that. What you need is to uh, count the cost. Have you counted the cost? I was telling I think it's one of my colleagues that in this life, no, yeah, I think it's my colleague. I was telling her that in this life, whenever you are doing anything, count the cost first. Don't rush. Because at the end of the day, just got you. You only have one life. And some of the things that we do, we jump into doing, we are like someone is chasing us. We have to do them, we have to do them. If you come and sit down at the end of the day and assess, you come to realize that truly you didn't even have to do that. It's only that the pressures of that moment pushed you to do it. So we need to be very, very careful of what we are doing. And we should be cautious of the kind of harvest we are yearning for. If you want good harvest, then you need to act differently. You don't act like the world. If you allow the world to direct you, to dictate to you how you are supposed to live your life, then I'm sorry, you won't go far. And you will come to weep later when the consequences hit, and you'll be like, it is them that told me. That time there will be no, yes, you might start blaming people and all that, but the consequence is already glaring at you. There's no one to help you. It is you and your consequences. They will be paying their own consequence. Look at it this way, for example. When we all die, the Bible says that after death, judgment. Okay, so here you have been involved in a lot of wicked things because you came into contact with people that have been influencing you, and you felt that that is the order of the day, and you ended up dying. Maybe you went to commit abortion, or you took overdose of the drugs and you died, and now you are at hell. The people that introduced you to it, during your burial, they come to recognize a time, the moment of truth hits them, and they are like, I don't want to end up like the way this guy, the way this lady died. I need to change. So they change for good, get genuinely born again, and at the end of the day, after they die, they make it to heaven. So will you blame the people that they are the ones that caused you to go to hell where they are rejoicing in heaven? No, you won't even have that time, because you had your own choice, you had your own will. I was watching one funny movie whereby someone was influenced to do something very bad. Then when the consequence hit, the person was like, but you're the one that told me. Yeah, the person was told, okay, I told you to do it. Yeah, it was a lady who was influenced by their friend to go and sleep around. She had kept herself until that time, and her friends were like, no, just give him whatever he wants, and at least you are really progressing in age. You need to get married, and if he says that you must sleep with him for him to marry you, then why not just go ahead? Then after sleeping with him, she even gets pregnant during the first time of the encounter, sexual encounter. She went and told her friends, only for her to call the guy, and the guy is like, I'm sorry, me, I was not even interested in marriage. In fact, I don't even know the name that you're even calling me is not actually my name. I was just there. We realized, me and my friends realized that you are very hard to get. So I told them to bet with me. And if I am able to break down your standards, then they should pay me. And I'm enjoying my money right now. So she now came back to start blaming the friend. And the friend is like, I'm sorry, I only told you. But you also had a choice. You didn't have to follow everything that I told you. You are a grown up. You can make your own decision and follow it. And that is it. So don't live there so that waiting for that time to start blaming people. Start working right now. Walk with God, and you shall be established. So once again, I want to admonish you, for whatever thing you are doing, there are consequences. Choose wisely. Seek that which is right, and live